We have our huge project due tomorrow, and I'm a little concerned. We have our like 24 page paper that is probably not cohesive, and I want to go through and edit the whole thing. And then we have our PowerPoint, which I think looks kind of bad, but like aesthetically pleasing. But the information I feel like is just not very good. So we're the first group to go tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we'll see how that goes. This week has definitely been one of the most stressful because we've had homework a couple nights, and then yesterday we've had like 2 essays to write this week, which was the homework, and then yesterday I had my Italian final and my last marketing quiz, and then today we had to do all of our group work, and we've had to do our group work throughout the week and in the past couple weeks, and then tomorrow we have our big presentation at 9. So it's just been kind of a crazy week, and I'm ready for it to be over because the 10-day break starts tomorrow. Hello everyone watching. It is March 4th and I'm currently in Como with Kristen, who may be watching this. She's asleep because she's jet lagged, and tomorrow we pick up Mom and John from the airport, and I'm so excited to see them. Tomorrow's gonna be such a fun day, but I am here now, not jet lagged. It's 8:30 and I'm going to have a little bit of cheese and bread. This morning we left around 9:20 to head to Malpensa to pick Mom up, and then after grabbing her we drove an hour into Milan, and we were hoping to go to a cat cafe, but you couldn't get in without an appointment, so that was a really big disappointment. But we just grabbed lunch instead, walked around Milan a little bit, and then realized we were going to be late to picking up John, so we left kind of abruptly and picked him up close to an hour late, I think. After grabbing both Mom and John went to sleep, and then Mom, Kristen, and I decided to walk into Como a little bit. We walked along the water, we went to the grocery store, and then we ended up making dinner later that night.
Things have been different for me ever since I met Hildy. I've never met anyone quite like her before.
Foaminess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where that bridge is.
So on our first full day of the vacation, we decided to start off small and go to the villages that surrounded Como. So our first stop was to Nesso, and to get there, the road was so skinny, but it was a beautiful view. Nesso is known for this little bridge and waterfall action. It was so cute and really easy to get to, and it was the perfect spot for our first stop. We then drove over to Bellagio. We grabbed lunch and I had an amazing ravioli, and I tried everyone else's pasta and it was really good as well. And then we ferried from Bellagio to Varenna. Then, once we got to Varenna, we decided to walk a portion of the Wayfarer's Path, which is actually like a 45-kilometer path that connects Varenna to another village, I think. We obviously did not hike that entire thing, we just walked a small portion of it, but what we did see was so cute. Another one of those little stone bridges. We came across a castle, but you had to pay to get in, and Mom fell going up to it, so that was a little bit unfortunate for her. And then we walked along the water. At one point we saw some olive trees. All in all, it was just a beautiful trail and a beautiful day, and I can definitely say that Varenna was my favorite little village that we stopped in throughout the entire day.
Climb down there and hop over. You look great! Time for sunset.
Can we have like one? Oh, do you want to cook tonight?
This day ended up being a really good introduction to Lake Como, and we got to see so many different sides of it, and it was just beautiful. Loved it. The next day we ventured away from Como and went to one of Italy's national parks, which was about 2.5 to 3 hours away from Como.
We let them do the hard work.
Our original plan was to find the ski lift, ride that up, and then do some hiking at the top of that mountain, but it turns out the ski lift was only open for skiers, so that was unfortunate, but we just walked around instead. We found another little path, saw some really cute deer-like things that we thought were ibex, but were not, and just explored the area in which we could, because a lot of it was pretty snowy.
Ciao ragazzi. Kitty! Run! Off she goes.
After exploring that area of the park, we drove to another area, and there was this little village that we walked through that was super cute, and then we went to this waterfall, and we didn't know if it would be frozen or not. Turned out it was frozen. You couldn't really access it without climbing on ice, so I broke out my ice spikes and I climbed up to the waterfall and saw it. It was frozen, but it was still cool. And then there was this little waterfall cat that was so cute and friendly.
Oh, good girl. Oh, do you like waterfalls?
We left the park around 3:30 or 4 because we didn't want to drive in the dark for too long, and I ended up getting a really bad migraine, so that was not fun, but the ride back was still beautiful, and eventually the headache did wear off.
Had a missed call from you the other day. Don't really know what there's left to say.